Well, there are advantages to using a particular type of mount block depending upon your situation. And of course, the reason to use mount blocks is to be able to install lighting and other fixtures securely to the wall on a siding project, and then allow the siding to be installed in such a way that it still has free movement or the critical expansion and contraction room. Let's take a look at a few of the more common blocks and when you might use one over the other. This is the classic mount and probably the most widely used block. This block is great for installing exterior lighting where you may already have an electrical workbox in the wall, and you can just use a workbox extension to bring that box out to the back of this block. Or you may live in an area where codes don't require that you extend that workbox out, and you can simply bring the wire out of the center of the block, and most electrical lighting can then be safely and securely installed directly to this block itself. And then the siding can go around it and the trim ring goes on. There's also a version of this for carriage lights or elongated large lighting. If you do live in an area where the code bodies do require that you actually have an electrical workbox in the block, or maybe you just would like to have one in the block, there's a version of that called the E-mount that actually in fact does have a UL approved workbox directly mounted into the mount fixture or mount block itself. The S-mount or standard mount is another useful block on a siding project. If you're going to use this mount block though, make sure that your fixture is fastened directly to the wall or to an electrical workbox and not just to the cover of the block. And the reason is this block is a snap-on cover. And so if the lighting is mounted only to this cover and the lighting is heavy, it could come unsnapped and the lighting could come down. So again, just make sure that the fixtures are mounted to the wall or to an electrical workbox. And this block will give you a nice flush, streamlined look. And while we're here, it's important to also note that with all these blocks, make sure that the proper flashing is installed around the blocks to make sure that you're guarding against any water intrusion around the blocks. Another very popular mount block is the split block. If you're going to be siding around a water spigot, for example, this can be very helpful. And that's because the base of the block can actually be split into two halves, placed around that water spigot, siding installed, and then the snap ring installed finally around all that. If you'd like more information on these blocks or dryer vent blocks or any of the other products that we manufacture, please visit royalbuildingproducts.com.